Start with that thing. Go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. And we're live on Instagram now. Let's go. Ready to go on that. Let's turn this music off. And Mill, let's talk about how beautiful this game was. You know, this is what is that? 8 in a row?
Yep. Eight in
a row, girl. 118 to 103. The Utah Jazz were on the 6th game of a 6-game road trip. And I don't think the New York Knicks are the team you want to play on the last game of a road trip, and not on the second day of a back-to-back, because their Tom Thibodeau and company is going to beat you the hell up, no matter how tall you are.
Yeah, they straight up did. I mean, like you said, I don't think anyone wants to play us on the last game of their road trip when you're completely exhausted because this Knicks team plays defense to the core. Like everyone tonight pretty much was playing hardcore defense, and I was surprised by some players, but we were pressuring them and forced up a lot of turnovers. They just pretty much gave up, and I would say in that second half, especially like after the third quarter, they were like, "No, we're not going to fight back. We're not going to try to chip this lead down. It's over."
The turning point in the game happened in the first quarter, and I want to find the exact minute it happened. I'm trying to look at Yahoo right now, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's Collin Sexton. It's at the set. It's first of all, they're up 15-6 to start the game, and 7:37 mark. Collin Sexton fouls Brunson in the back, just gets in his face, starts getting in his grill, starts jawing with the fan base. And it's like, dude, you're a 500 team against the team that's 12 games over 500, and you're in their yard. And Collin Sexton, I know you're a dog. I represent I respect the tenacity and the doggedness that you have inside you, but you riled up a man around his hounds, boy. Like, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Ryan Archidiakono. He's not going to punch anyone from the sideline, but it's just all Villanova boys, man. It's like you're fighting with a college gang, and It just went straight downhill for Utah from there. From 15-6, a Utah lead to a 17-point loss or whatever it was. Now looking a 15-point loss, and honestly, it was even bigger in the fourth before the Knicks just started trying to get Brunson 30 points for no reason. It was rough.
That was crazy. He just kept shooting the ball, and you knew he was trying to hit 30 because I think the past 5 games or so, I'm not sure the exact number, he's hit 30, and he definitely wanted to get that extra point to hit it.
You can tell when Josh Hart threw the assist to Precious Achiuwa for the dunk at the end of the game to get Hart the triple-double. Brunson was like, damn it, that was supposed to be mine.
I know, he was probably looking for that pass instead, but better shot right there.
Oh, my God. Anyone on Instagram? We have 37 people over here. We can't really read your comments while we're going. I'll try to speed through them really quick. But please come over to YouTube. Give us a like, share, and subscribe over here. Thumbs up, all that good stuff. I'll try to read a couple of these because there's quite a bit. Zimsui, Bing Bong, we hear. Unpredictable, we hear. J-Rod17, this is Dante's City tonight. It is Dante. We're going to talk about a lot of Dante DiVincenzo, Mill. After I read some of these off, you can go off about Dante's Inferno. 419, Josh Hart with a triple-double, a couple more Bing Bongs, 8 in a row, a couple Let's Goes. J-Rod, Stephen A. Smith, I'm not convinced. I don't know what the hell this dude has to do to be convinced. Saquad's 293. We still got Mitch, OG, and Randall. Like, Jesus Christ. This team has great vibes. Anyone on Instagram, I love the comments, man. Come over to YouTube. We can actually put them up on the screen and see what you're talking about. Will on YouTube says we're in 3rd place. F you, Philly. And Embiid, stop running away from Jokic, man. What the hell?
Oh my God. Oh, we're officially in 3rd. That's honestly so great to hear. I think we were tied for it last night after last night's series of events between our game and then the Philly game. They played last night too, right?
Yeah, they're also back to back. They're in Golden State right now. The game is literally tipping off as we speak. And Joel Embiid is playing though, so I mean.
Okay, I mean, they tipped off already because he might just say inactive.
No, yeah, it literally says that on Yahoo he did the jump ball, so he is in fact in the
game. But we're in 3rd place. How far back are we from 2nd? Because I think we could get there. We could get there somehow.
A game and a half.
That's really close.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, what is life right now?
We're
a game and a half back from being the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference. I can't.
This is what being a Knicks fan's like.
It's really just mind blowing to think that we're in this position right now, and there's still people out there that I mean, the most casuals of the casuals will say Knicks are trash, and it's crazy to still think that in 2024 when the Knicks are on a 8-game win streak and we are the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference right now.
In the big Twitter thread that I'm in, someone posted a screenshot. I'm pretty sure it was from CBS Sports. They didn't post the link. CBS Sports ranked them number 1 in their power rankings.
Wow. Oh yeah, I think I heard about that in the pregame. Some one of the commentators or
our Net
broadcasters
fans
mentioned
here.
it. Benjamin said hello. Benjamin is a big Nets fan, right?
He's a Nets fan, yeah.
He was in my comments last night, just straight up talking about the Nets game, and I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh my God. Here, Stefano, I like your question. We're gonna get into this in 1 second. Mill, I'm gonna read you off Dante DiVincenzo's stat line.
Yeah.
And then tell me what you think. 33 points, 11 shot 50% from the field on 22 shots, 9 of 15 from 3, which just really quick calculator math. Shot 60% from 3. A team game high plus 23, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, and a block.
Wow. I kind of wish at the end there that he got to make one more 3 because I think they mentioned that the record for most threes in a game was 10. Fournier had it, J.R. Smith. He was 1 shy of it, really close if that's the record, but great game by him. I mean, last night was super impressive. 28 points, and then tonight he goes above and beyond, further than that, and has 33. I think that's his season high so far. And 9 threes. That's just unbelievable. Like, we have 3-point shooting. We finally have it. I would say more specifically, last year in the postseason, we didn't have any 3-point shooting. So the Knicks went out in the offseason and got themselves a 3-point shooter. Kudos to the front office. That's exactly what we got in him. All of the pickups, all of the people we've traded for, it's really coming into the light how valuable they are and how well they fit into this team. So, I just really have to give a round of applause for the front office right now.
Oh, Mesh is right. He did have 38 in the Indy game. His second highest ever. His second ever 30-point game. A couple of these comments real quick. Curvin Nash, not to be confused with Kevin Nash, 10th easiest schedule the rest of the way. Trust heading for 50 wins. And then let's get back to the Stefano Pizza question because I actually like it. Great win tonight. Been meaning to ask, do you guys really think we need a guard? I think if anything, we need a power forward to pick up the slack on Randall's bad days. We need a Jaren Jackson Jr. type of guy. Jaren Jackson's definitely not available, but I have been seeing a lot of Sadiq Bey and not as much Kelly Olynyk anymore, but Sadiq Bey, and then Terry Eason was another name that came up today as like a backup power forward type. Mill, what do you think this team still needs more of? Because I personally think Precious Achiuwa has been holding up his end of the bargain way more than we thought he would just 2 weeks ago. So if you had to pick them, get one more player, would you rather it be a backup ball handler still, or would you rather it be a backup 4 type?
Oof, that's tough because, I've been going back and forth with it. Basically, ever since the trade for OG, I've been thinking we still need that one more piece, which is primarily should be another ball handler. And, of course, it started with the Murray trade rumors, and then it was Brogdon, and I full on supported the Brogdon rumors. But between a forward and a guard, at this point, we have a lot of guards on our bench that are showing up right now. Between McBride, Grimes, Hart, they're all showing up, and we've had success this past month. This was our most wins in a month since like 1994, I think they mentioned. So they've been showing up. I guess I would say right now, essentially, another forward would be ideal to add more depth to that position.
Word up. Yeah, I could go either way. Honestly, we're getting a couple people saying backup 4 on Instagram. On Cloud 6 says I like Kelly Olynyk. Couple go New York goes again. Yeah, I could really go either way because our guard rotation right now of like Brunson, DiVincenzo, Hart is a guard. He'd rather be a guard than a forward. Grimes and McBride is solid, and McBride's definitely picked up a lot of like the slack that IQ left. He doesn't have IQ's overall creativity, and he doesn't have his like inside floater presence or ability to which IQ's not even the best at taking guys off the dribble, but he's definitely better than McBride is. But if the guy can shoot 40% from three, I mean, how much more do you really need out of that position, you know?
Yeah.
I was going to say, Vincent goes, how about the Nova boys steering the ship? Also, how about the Knicks looking better without Randall? Don't kill me. It's true, though. It's been 2 games, Vin. Calm down.
Let's not go there yet. Let's not. I think we've kind of always known that, though. Not like they're better that without him, but the game moves a lot quicker, and I think that's the type of game that the Knicks love playing right now. Quick passes, keep the ball going around, flowing. You know, instead of having Randall just do his iso ball that he does. I mean, he's still great at that, and he does that really well. But I like the way the Knicks are playing right now in a fast pace.
100%. It's ironic that Randall's had so much playoff struggles because he plays a playoff style of basketball. Slow the game down. Try to take your guy on one-on-one. Don't get up and down in transition. But like all these guys, basically outside of Brunson, but because he's a guard, he's still willing to and obviously able to do it. These guys want to run. They want to run. They want to attack the paint. They want to spread the ball out from three. And like the lineup where it's like Brunson, DiVincenzo, it was Grimes, Hart, and I think Sims, and then Precious for a little bit when Hartenstein wasn't out there. They were just running up and down the court. And then when McBride's out there instead of Brunson, because McBride isn't as likely to try to ask for the ball in the out of bounds, it's just Josh Hart on a full on sprint. Like
100%. I honestly really like that style of play, and I think it works really well for the guys that we have out there right now without, Randall, OG, and all the other guys that are out there right now are primarily guards, and they love to run the floor. They love to push it up, especially Dante, and I think that's something he probably gets from the Warriors team. Is he's looking like Stephen Curry out there with the way he's shooting lights out, but also he shoots it really quick. That release is so fast. And then he's also just always pushing it up and always making the right pass to the wing if someone's there. And I think that definitely comes back from his Warriors experience, maybe from that team a little bit.
He's pulling the ratchet from 35 feet out, too, to have that range and to put that stress on a defense. Like, the Utah Jazz are like all 6'10", 6'11" when they're out there. But no one wants to, a guy that's that big isn't that quick on their feet. No one wants to be out 35 feet away from the basket. They don't want to contest that shot because then you're broken down behind them. Ronnie goes, I'm not wanting us to make a trade anymore. I believe this team chemistry is unreal. It is unreal there, man.
It's so unreal. And someone commented, someone posted this tweet on X. I forgot who it was. I just saw it when the game ended, but they said it's so hard for us to, see our potential trade targets play against us because we just play the best defense ever. So they literally just suck against us, like Kelly Olynyk tonight and even Jordan Clarkson. Not the best nights for them, but it's also because we just pressured them and we play great defense. So the way this team has chemistry and they all click, they all flow together, I don't want to mess it up. I mean,
Jalen Brunson is with Randall out and with us not having RJ anymore, with Brunson and the 8 guys they played tonight, Brunson's the only negative defender. The only one. DiVincenzo, Precious Achiuwa, Isaiah Hartenstein, Josh Hart, Quentin Grimes, Jericho Sims, Miles McBride. Imagine being a bench player going up against that fucking murderer's row of defenders. Like, again, back to the 6th game on a 6-game road trip back to back. Like, if I'm Jordan Clarkson or if I'm Keyonte George, I'm like, get me the hell out of here, man. I don't want to be a part of this.
Honestly. And I mean, just because I just mentioned it and someone mentioned it earlier about saying, I think you said it on Instagram, someone said they wanted Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of the comments over there.
I mean, he had 1 point tonight. Not a great showing because obviously I said we play great defense. But what do you think about the potential people the Knicks have been interested in between Clarkson? And I don't know if there's been official reports saying they're interested in Olynyk, but what did you think about their performances?
I mean, Clarkson started doing stuff when the game was out of hand. It was like he got 11 points. Over. He had the game worst minus 16. I'm pretty sure he got like 8 of the 11 in the 4th quarter. Which better late than never, man. If you're gonna go join a tryout, trade me, get me out of here, please. But Olynyk's a cool guy. Olynyk's battle tested. Like, they both have playoff experience, which means a lot. It's just this team's chemistry and camaraderie. It's like, it is infectious. Like if
It
they
is.
made a trade and they got Brogdon or they got Clarkson, or like if they ended up getting like a Sadiq Bey or Terry Eason or anything like that, which I don't think they would want Terry Eason, honestly. I know that was a rumor that started today, but if they trade for a guy, they want an older playoff caliber guy, not like a guy in his second, third year that was just playing for. I mean, the Houston Rockets have a way better culture this year under Udoka, but I mean, Terry Eason's rookie year was under a hellhole last year. Like he doesn't have like battle tested mindset or foresight yet. That wouldn't be the way I go. I wouldn't be against them making a trade, but I love this team. And Mill, you know this. My favorite player right now outside of OG is Miles McBride. If they make a trade, he's the guy that gets the minutes taken away. And I don't want to see that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think even McBride scored tonight, but it's just let's see, did he score tonight?
No, I went over 4. He only played 9 minutes.
Yeah, only 9 minutes, but still, he's been having an impact. And there's some games where he does score, maybe 10 or 15 a game. This past month, he's had some of those games. And yeah, you said he's your favorite player. I'm still torn just between adding another player on the bench or keeping this squad how it is. I don't know, honestly.
By the way, our resident, not only has Ben our resident Nets fan, he's also our resident, like, if he says this, the opposite thing's going to happen. He literally goes and beats playing, y'all are done. They're already losing the game 15-9 in the first quarter. So, I mean, Ben, thanks. Keep talking shit. The Sixers will lose by 20. By the way, if anyone in the chat, if you see Ben keep talking crap the whole time, just hammer the Warriors live line. The Warriors are going to win by 20. Ben's going to be like, screw the Knicks. Also, as a Nets fan, you should hate the 76ers, so I don't really get what you're cheering for here. Amesh goes, if we're not going to go for Murray or another starting two guard, that's a big upgrade from Dante, then we should just leave it be. I really don't think they ever wanted to change the starting unit. Dante DiVincenzo, if you consider him, when all 5 starters are in there, the worst of the 5 starters, which Brunson, OG, Randall are 1, 2, and 3. I think I would trade OG Randall, offense, defense for 2 and 3 either way. And then if you want to consider Dante better or worse than Hart, like either way, that's a phenomenal starting 5. That is definitely second round, maybe conference final. Who knows if Boston has an injury, starting 5. And I wouldn't want to mess with that.
Yeah. I honestly feel like he's the perfect fit in that backcourt right next to Jalen Brunson, and they complement each other so well, obviously because they have so much chemistry together from their college experience together and winning a championship together. And they click so well. Like on cue, they know when to pass the ball, when the ball needs to be in each other's hands. And I know you said that you don't know if the Knicks ever wanted to change that lineup, but there was definitely some huge trade rumors regarding the Murray situation and a lot of hype around that. And I know a lot of people wanted it, even me, like I was all for that when it was going on, but Dante is such a perfect fit right now in the starting lineup, and he gives you buckets. Like he just had 33 points. He had 28 last night. He can score the ball. He's not just out there doing nothing as your starting shooting guard. He is giving you buckets. He can score the ball. And I don't know if you can really I just think he complements everyone in that starting lineup really well. And when we had Randall out there, I think it was a perfect fit because, again, if you add DeJounte Murray into that lineup with Randall and Brunson, there was always that conversation of, are they all going to get enough shots? Are they all going to take enough, be able to take enough shots? Will Brunson have less shot attempts? That was the conversation. But yeah, I think Dante's been great.
Rodney goes, we don't need one more piece. Our bench has put it together. This isn't the same bench as losing quickly. Trying to skip over all the bench shit. Our bench definitely isn't stacked, but we have a lot of guards showing up for us. Stefano, you're 100% right. And again, we didn't have OG again tonight. Like Randall, hopefully, knock on wood, we don't have the definitive thing yet, but
yeah,
if this guy's back by like March 15th, and I'm not going to say they're going to win every game between now and then, obviously, but say they win even 55% of their games, they're still in the 4 seed at the worst, and then Mitch should be back by April. Would he get enough time to get really worked up and get his cardio going for the playoffs? Maybe, maybe not. But out of what we've seen out of Precious Achiuwa and Jericho Sims in spot minutes, I don't know. I really don't know if I want us to make a move anymore. Two guys that would want us to make a move, though, to get them out of where they're at. Bruce Brown in a winning effort, which IQ and RJ both did not play tonight. 19 points in a game high plus 15 for the Toronto Raptors. He's probably trying to get the hell out of there. And against the Chicago Bulls, and the more likely, I would say more likely of like the bigger name trade targets would be DeMar DeRozan. Had 25 points on 8 of 16 shooting. He went 0 for 4 from 3. And the thing is, like, if the Knicks were to trade for a guy like DeRozan, like, the thing that Dante does, DeRozan entirely counteracts, right? We're talking about, like, Dante has 35-foot range, and he's shooting 45% from 3 right now.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan has like corner 3-point range. He wants to get into the upper mid range, like just above the free throw line. This guy's shooting 34% from 3 this year, and that's like higher than what he usually does. So I really don't know if I'd want to mess with anything starting lineup wise, honestly.
I don't know. I don't see the need to mess it up right now just because we're on an 8-game win streak and we're doing so good right now. I think if a trade were to happen like tomorrow, it'd be so like random because out of nowhere, and I don't know. I'd be shocked about that and probably a little disappointed depending on who we get.
Brian from Twitter goes, we don't need another player. All players we need are hurt on our bench. Trust how well they played. Stefano's saying some kind of wild shit over here. He's like, unpopular opinion. I don't think we need Randall. That being said, we need to trade him for a great power forward or center. But if we can get someone like Embiid, I'd give up Randall and some picks in a heartbeat. You and me both, man. I mean, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, and Quentin Grimes and 4 first-round picks gets you on the trade machine, Joel Embiid. If you call the 76ers, though, and you call Darren Mullery, he laughs at you. He hangs up the phone. He says, I'm never sending this dude to fucking New York, and then you try again later. So I don't know how well that would work.
I mean, we'll see this summer, maybe.
Yeah. Brian again told the line Randall and OG come back. We're good. I think OG, honestly, if this was the playoffs now, OG would be playing. Like, elbow inflammation is like you banged your elbow hard on something. He could probably play if he really had to. Just,
yeah.
You know what it is? Tibbs has so much faith in his team right now, and the Knicks have so much faith in their team right now, and like the Hornets and Jazz aren't exactly murderers row. Like, take some time off.
Yeah. Agreed. What did Michael say? He said, the league is food. I don't give a F. Get me McCall Bridges. Take 60 first-round picks.
I think it's the same thing as the Daryl Morley 76ers thing. They hang up the phone and they say, no way in hell are we sending him to Madison Square Garden.
Oh, wait. I think that's because I think I was watching you and Angie's live stream the other day, and you guys were talking about the Nets and the Knicks history, trade history. And did you mention that they haven't like done a trade since what, the 70s, 80s?
Yeah, so Bobby Marks was on with CP and Alex on KFTV, and Bobby Marks used to work in the Nets front office in like the mid 2010s, and he literally was telling you, anyone that doesn't listen to KFTV or listens to us, first of all, thank you. We're not as good as them. Swear, just hand to God, they're like the best. So you should listening to their podcast too. But secondly, he's like, yeah, like if we ever had a trade or like had a guy that we wanted on the trade block, we're not answering the phone or picking up and ever thinking to dial New York. And he goes on to say the last time the Knicks and Nets made a trade, it was in 1983. And it was for some no-name bench player for a second-round pick during the draft. So, like, not happening. Just not a thing.
We have to, like, if we do want Bridges, it has to happen another way, I guess.
Yeah, we have to wait for him to, like, I keep saying, it's like the Brett Favre from Green Bay to Minnesota thing. He had to go to the Jets first. He had to go to a third team to go from one rival to the other. You can't go one to the other. You can read this one.
Ace said, hey, Millie, nice win tonight. To piggyback off of what you said last night, we don't have anything to fear in the NBA because nobody's expecting us to win a championship. Everyone is picking Boston. Yeah, I mean, Boston, surely, they're number one right now. But what's up, Ace? And yeah, I said a lot of that. I was speaking a lot about that yesterday, just talking about how we're on a good streak right now. And well, let's just keep it going.
Viola Nova, which, by the way, out of all the people that comment on all of our stuff, using an instrument and then turning it into Villanova, Viola Nova, I love your name. What was going on with Sexton and Jalen? In case you missed the first part of the game, it had happened like 7 minutes into the first. Yeah, 7 minutes into the first quarter. Sexton fouled Jalen in the back when Jalen had the ball. He got in Jalen's face. He started jawing at him, started jawing with the front row. And from there, it was 15-7 Jazz. And after that, it was not 15-7 Jazz anymore.
I actually missed that part in the first quarter. I didn't get to watch it live, but as soon as I went on Twitter, I saw the clip and was just like, what? Is he really taunting Jalen Brunson? I don't think we've seen someone do that to him this season yet.
I respect the new idea, honestly. And Collin Sexton is the type of dog that would do that. Brian goes, Dante is the upgrade. What are you all talking about upgrade? Exactly. We don't need an upgrade.
You're right, Brian.
Almighty Finesse. We smoking everybody pack tonight. We're smoking every pack tonight. Oh my God.
We've been smoking a lot of packs this month, so we should probably, I mean, I want to say cut it down, but let's keep it going.
They got to go to a doctor, man. Their lungs are a little full. They might have a lot of black tar in there, honestly. Been smoking too much.
Brandon said, great win. Knicks third in the East. Let's go. What's up, Brandon? Great win.
Villanova again. This team is just so much fun to watch. Happy basketball vibes. Finesse says trade for Sexton. No. He does seem like a Tibbs type of guy. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Michael responds, Sexton was trying to be a garden villain and he got little broed so bad. To skip these comments real quick, Mill, let's because we haven't given Precious Achiuwa flowers yet, and he definitely deserves them.
Yeah.
Definitely 100% deserves them. So he actually had he tied his Knicks high, which is also this dude never got over 17 points once all year with the Raptors. In his 13 or 14 games with the Knicks, he's gotten 18 twice now. 18 points, 8 of 13 from the field, which include 0 of 3 from 3. So he's 8 for 10 from 2. 5 rebounds, an assist, 2 blocks, and he was a plus 14. And this guy is just, I think he's what made us fleece the Raptors at this point, honestly.
Such a nice surprise, because when he first came over here, his first few games, it wasn't, it was obvious he was struggling a little bit, trying to find his new role. But ever since then, he's been a really nice addition to this team. And I think he's been a huge factor in our success as well, just because off the bench, he's been able to do so much for us. And I mean, did he start tonight as well? He started last night. Did he start?
Yeah, he started tonight. He started both games that OG's been out. I'm pretty we talked about it before, last week or whenever Randall got hurt. We both thought that Hart would be starting and OG and Hart would be 3-4, however you want to talk about it. But with both OG and Randall out, Hart's been the 3 and Achiuwa's been the 4. And Mill, I just got a great update on my phone.
What is it?
We officially got accepted into the YouTube partnership program. We could start making money.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's
everyone
awesome.
pay us millions. No, I'm joking. We can't do anything right now. So really much appreciate it. Again, anyone on Instagram, make sure you come over to YouTube, like, share, subscribe over here. Keep giving us thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff over and over again. Anyone that hasn't seen it yet, look that way above Mill's head. Shop now at bignickenergy.com. You can get cool stuff like this hat. And Milla has a hoodie on right now. She does one of these real quick. Get all your BKE merch that way. And Vin apparently is either joining us or producing, one or the other. Jeep goes, it's hard to push for a trade when we're spanking teams like this.
Definitely. It's hard. And we're in such good vibes right now.
On this layout. Hey, good win.
What's up, Vin?
Vin, what's up?
What a win.
What a win. First of all, how did you flip us? And then where are you? What's happening?
How does he have the ability to do that?
He's fucking sabotaging this podcast. Brandon goes, my only issue is Tibbs is an idiot. Why are our starters in the fourth quarter when we're up 20? He doesn't learn his lesson. I think that is solely because they were trying to get Jalen Brunson 30 points.
Yeah. I was wondering the same thing, why they were still in with 4 minutes left to go, because they took a timeout, and I expected after that timeout, we'd only see everyone off the bench in there, but starters were still in there. They really wanted Jalen to get 30.
Ben is talking shit to someone. Bro, isn't it your bedtime, you boomer? We already knew Benjamin's a 20-year-old that goes to college.
Who are you, Ben?
He might be talking to you, Vin, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
No,
also,
Ben.
Does he know how old I am? This is super exciting if he just thinks you're the only boomer here.
Wait, Benjamin said, who is Mill? but he was in here last night when it was just me for like an hour.
I don't know.
That's me.
What's going on?
I don't know. Brian goes, ball movement's been better with Donte and Brunson. Almighty finesse. I really want that win on Saturday against the Lakers. Mill, the next 2 games the Knicks have. I honestly don't give a fuck about the Lakers on Saturday. The next game we play is against the Pacers on Thursday, and Halliburton and Siakam will both be in. Halliburton played tonight.
But he didn't. I was watching the end of the game. I don't think he played in the fourth quarter.
It seems like he was on a minutes restriction. He only played 22 minutes. He banked in like the halftime buzzer for 3. And what's wild is that they only lost to Boston in Boston by 5 points. So I definitely think he was on a minutes restriction, and I wonder what would have happened
at the end.
Yeah,
I was like, why isn't he in this game right now? They needed someone to score 3, and he wasn't there.
He was not there. And for as good as Pascal Siakam is as a player and a trade guy, he got 3-pointers is not his thing. And damn it, Ben, you're right. The 76ers are winning. It's 28-23. Sound the alarm. Let's all go home, guys. Let's get out of here. Kareem, salute to the chat. Good evening, BK. Great win. Let's go. Mill, I'll let you take the next one, by the way.
I wonder who this next big guy on the market is, because the Knicks are getting whoever, D-Book or Embiid. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. But are we? I mean, not right now. We're not getting D-Book or Embiid right now. Maybe in the offseason.
No, we're trading away all of our players except for Jalen Brunson. We're gonna get Spider. We're gonna get Devin Booker. We're gonna get Joel Embiid. And then we're just going to take a bunch of 2-way contract guys. And we're going to, oh, wait, the Phoenix Suns are doing that. It's not working. Damn it. Why didn't I think of that sooner?
Oh, my God. No. We're doing good right now. Let's just worry about the team we got right now.
We got to speed up a little bit because I'm actually 12 minutes behind on comments. And I just realized this guy said, hell no, Bruce Brown. And I mentioned Bruce Brown like 10 minutes ago. We're going to skip into the bottom. Bob, everyone that started off well has cooled off. The Knicks have slowly moved up while everyone else is fighting for seeds. When you have an 8-game win streak at the end of January, you are timing your 8-game win streaks well. That is for sure.
Yeah, except the Cavs are still pretty much lighting it up right now.
Ben confirmed that Halliburton did have a minutes restriction. CP, what up, man? Ow. Anyone that doesn't follow CP's New York Sports page, definitely follow him. He does Knicks, Mets, and I believe Giants. I can't remember his other favorite team he does, but definitely check him out.
Yeah, I think he does Giants.
And then Bob goes again. I'll let you respond to this. It doesn't matter. It messes with the core they have. Why upgrade when it works? Shake him ahead. Oh, because they're all talking about trades in the chat now.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Mill, if you had to pick, like in your heart of hearts, whether you think the Knicks can win the title with this current team or not, if and or when Randall and Mitch come back, do you want them to trade anyone or trade for anyone now? No, I mean before the deadline, before 2 weeks from now, 1 week from now.
Well, I mean, I've seen some of the trade packages for Brogdon, and it would be like, what, Fournier? Would Grimes have to be in that package, or?
He doesn't have to be money-wise. It's just, I mean, it's really depending on what Portland wants at that point. I would imagine if I'm Portland, I'm asking for Fournier, Grimes, and a protected first.
Grimes has been pretty good these past few games as well. I don't think I want to give him up right now. And if we could get someone like Brogdon for just Fournier, and I don't know, I think I've seen some people say a first round pick as well. Maybe I'd do that. What about you?
If there was a world they got either Bruce Brown or Malcolm Brogdon and did not give up Grimes, like just did not give up anyone in the rotation, I would just do it in a heartbeat. See how far you can get with that team. If it involves replacing Grimes with one of them because it's Fournier, Grimes, and one of them, I don't think I do it. I just, this team's gelling so well, and their defensive tenacity should carry regular season or postseason. And that's just a matter of, can Jalen Brunson, whatever postseason Julius Randle you end up getting, and the DiVincenzo role player like guys, like, can they outscore the teams in front of them? And like the postseason set up more for like, it's another thing that's amazing. Like Randall plays a postseason style, but it sucks in the postseason. Tibbs coaches a postseason style, but partly from his own accord of running guys into the ground, and partly because it's easier to get for other coaches to get their guys to try as hard on defense as Tibbs does during the regular season. He seems like he coaches a postseason style, but just hasn't found a lot of postseason success. Granted, a lot of it's been losing to LeBron James over and over again, but he still hasn't really shown to get past the second round ever. So I don't think I would at this point. I really like this team. Now, if they find out Randall ends up being out for the year or gets surgery, then yeah, I would make a trade. But outside of that, I think I would wait.
Agreed.
Interesting question that Amesh just posted. Do we draft Bronny at the end of the first round if available? It's been in the back of my head all season, and I hate LeBron, but he is still insane. Are we 100% sure LeBron would play wherever his son gets picked?
I don't know. I think LeBron's going to do whatever he has to, honestly, because that's pretty much what he's waiting for, right? Before he retires, he wants to play with his son. So he's going to make it happen. It's not like the Lakers are showing anything promising right now. I mean,
they lost to the fucking Hawks tonight.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he just jumps to another team.
I hate the plan because I know Miami and the Lakers are both going to make the playoffs, and they're just going to.
Oh my god! Especially Miami in our conference. Just I don't want it.
Yeah, no, I want to avoid Miami the second most to Boston when it comes to like I fear my season ending and me just being really, really angry.
Yeah.
Bob goes, everyone stepped up. Hart had a triple-double. Who thought he had that? Plus Grimes and McBride stepped up. Apparently, did you hear at the very end of the game where Breen was like, Hart told us he was getting a triple-double tonight, and there you go.
Yeah. I didn't even realize he had a triple-double until they mentioned it, but good.
It was that precious pass. It was just that alley-oop got him 10 assists.
Yeah. Crazy to think that he's putting up those numbers right now.
Here, you can read this.
Michael said, I don't want Bron. He ruined the Lakers. They're going to be effed over for over a decade when he retires. We don't need that. We're finally competent.
He did win them a title.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would say he screwed over a franchise when he won a title. And he turned them into the mob. It's just the clutch mob over there. So...
But it's just like I don't see us doing that, honestly. I can't see that happening.
That is such a funny troll. You want to avoid the Bucks and Cavs and Sixers. First of all, did you see the Cavs last year? I know the Nets got swept, man, but did you watch the rest of the playoffs or anything? The Sixers, am I scared of Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid? No, they also choke all the time. What would I be scared about that? Oh wait, no, Doc Rivers is coaching the Bucks
he's
now.
on the Bucks now.
I'm a little more scared of Nick Nurse coaching the Sixers, but I'm still not scared of Joel Embiid in the postseason. It's kind of like Big Randall, isn't it? I'm not scared of any of those teams. It's just Miami being a zombie and Jimmy Butler and Spo witchcraft, and Boston's the best team.
Yeah, we just got to look out for Boston, honestly.
What do you think of Andrew Wiggins?
I don't want to talk about anyone. If I'm being straight up, That's just won our 8th game in a row. I do not want to talk about Andrew Wiggins. That's
the best answer. And he's had a bad season. He hasn't recovered since whatever his personal issue was last year.
He's not playing too well, is he?
No.
So, on the low, though, Joe, what are we thinking?
How low is low? Is he free? Is it like Malachi Flynn? Nah, he makes way too much money.
Definitely not.
Makes way too much money. Mill, to go back to talking positively about the game, Isaiah Hartenstein, 14 points, 12 rebounds, a block and 2 steals in only 29 minutes. I mean, looking pretty good considering it's the second game back from the Achilles soreness.
Yeah, I was worried about him, honestly. And I get worried about all of our Knicks when they look like they're limping or they're dealing with an injury. And it kind of looked like his injury acted up a little bit last night, but he did great tonight in 29 minutes. Solid.
Facts. You can't ask for much more than that. When your team wins by 15, generally most of you guys did pretty well. Jay, New York Sports, what up? Signing LeBron would be a regressive Knicks move. I'd stay away from him and Bronny. I don't think they're gonna go for Bronny. I think the funniest thing that could possibly happen is that Bronny gets drafted to like the Trailblazers or the Pistons or something. And then LeBron's like, I'm sorry, kid. I thought I was going to play with you, but this ain't it.
No, that I think that would be so wild if that happens. No, I don't see him going to one of those teams. He wants to stay in LA. Like he's in the best place probably for him right now.
100%. Again, and his son plays at USC. Maybe he stays
Yeah.
in the second year. The kid's rich. He's rich. Like, what does it matter when he comes out or not? Go ahead.
New York Sports said as well, Knicks playing so well puts them in the driver's seat as far as trades go. Patience and looking for a good fit is going to be key around the deadline. Yeah, patience. We still have a few more. We have until the 8th. That's when the deadline is.
Yep, a week from Thursday.
Yeah, so about a week, and we're looking, we're watching. We'll see if anything goes down.
Before I actually read this, Bob just said something funny. Only time I quote a Canadian, no new friends, no new friends, no new. Stay down with the ones before the season. That's mad funny. And then Michael goes, I agree with you guys completely. Mikhail is highly unrealistic. He is the only trade I would make. Otherwise, I don't want to hear about the dog shit role player trades.
Yeah, I don't think Michael likes hearing about Brogdon or any other role player that
Bruce Brown's an NBA champion, man.
he was a huge part of the finals too for them.
He was their sixth man. He was playing like 28 minutes a game for the team that won the title.
Yeah.
Almighty finesse.
Josh Hart's going to do that for us.
Exactly. Isaiah Collier is nice from USC. Bob goes, we're 31-17. Wow. Yes. For anyone that doesn't know, currently the Sixers are playing in Golden State in a close game that Benjamin is watching both us and ESPN at the same time to watch that. Or is it TNT? It's Tuesday. It's probably TNT.
Yeah, it's TNT.
If the Sixers lose, we are officially in third place by ourselves. If the Sixers win, we're tied with Philly again, and they're ahead on percentage points. So, F you, Joel Embiid. I like how I keep saying the F word, and I usually don't. And when you see comments that say the F word, you say the F word, or you say F.
Yeah.
So I apologize.
No, you're good. I don't know if saying that would get us censored, banned. I don't know.
YouTube has no rules.
Okay.
You can't be racist. You can't show nudity. You can't show graphic violence, and you can swear all you want though.
Good to know.
Here, you can take this.
Brandon said, if Knicks need to make a trade, go out and get Sexton. He has that dog in him that is needed to play in New York. And you said earlier, Joe, that he's definitely a Tibbs type of guy, and you could see it tonight. He's like a menace out there, a bully, you could say too, for his taunting. And he's still a great player, but right now we don't need that on the team. We have dogs as well in Josh Hart, McBride, Grimes. I can keep going.
You guys can get demonetized. Well, Almighty Finesse, thank you for letting me know. So I'll stop swearing now because we officially were able to get monetized as of 20 minutes ago. We got the approval, so no more swear words.
Thank you, Almighty.
Swear jar guys, super chat curse words, support the channel. And Ben says, damn. Of course he does. You know what's funny though? If I was compare Collin Sexton to a Nick, he is kind of like just the best version of Deuce McBride, which kind of makes me sad.
Yeah, I see that too, honestly.
Oh my God. Mill, let's talk about real quick while we're still on. So Thursday night, we're playing the Pacers. I'm assuming by then Halliburton will either be off a minutes restriction or have a much lower minutes restriction. Their starting lineup tonight was in a 5-point loss at Boston. Aaron Naismith, Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner, Tyrese Halliburton, and Buddy Hield. And is anyone Benedict Mathurin and TJ McConnell were both out though, and it both says injury illness. So let's see. Benedict Mathurin has a toe issue, so I don't know if that means he'll play. And TJ McConnell's just sick, so he'll definitely be back Thursday. So Naismith, Siakam, Turner, Halliburton, Hield. We play them twice before the All-Star break. How many of those 2 games do you think we win?
It might depend if Halliburton is going to be on a minute restriction to playing against us, but I feel like I doubt it. I think, if anything, that was only a tonight type of thing, and maybe he'll be back fully against us Thursday. But I'm going to take the win Thursday. And once we play them again, like I guess the next following week?
We play them this Thursday, and then fast forwarding ahead, and we play them again next Saturday, so February 10th.
Is that at home too, or is that going to be in Indiana?
It is at home. Yeah, we play 2 road games between now and the All-Star break. It's the last 2 against Houston and the Magic. So the next 5 are all at home.
Got you. Honestly, I'm going to say we take both wins. Right now, we're just on such a roll. Let's keep it going.
I love it. 16-0. Just however.
Yeah, let's maybe we won't lose another game this season.
Let's add 7. What are we at right now? 8 right now?
Right.
7 more before the All-Star break. 15-0 before the All-Star break.
That would be crazy, honestly, just because we don't have Randall right now, and that'd be insane. We'd be the best.
Do you know what the anti-Randall people would be saying about this, though?
Yeah. I mean, we already saw a few comments, people saying...
I know. Well, I mean, first of all, I would also trade Julius Randle for Joel Embiid. That's not realistic. It's just not a thing that could happen. That's not even a hot take. It's like, hey, would you trade Julius Randle for the 3rd best player in the NBA? I would, actually, probably.
Yeah, that's been a thing for a while now. Even ever since the summer, I've been hearing rumors between that.
Yeah, we reported that allegedly the thing he said to Joel Embiid said to Brunson the last time they played was that save me a spot, which I don't think Jalen Brunson really has that Polar can formulate a trade involving 4 or 5 first-round picks and multiple players, but I like the idea.
Yeah, I'm always curious about what those guys say to each other at the end of the game. It looks so serious, and obviously we can't hear, but you guys got insider sources. Yeah,
I don't know. Ange has made friends that I don't message. Almighty Finesse goes, Halliburton likes to play us. Michael goes, Magic is a home game. Our fan base there is huge.
That's true.
Orlando is the real MSG South. Charlotte's the new MSG South, but Orlando's the original. That's for sure. Brandon goes, Joel ruined the Knicks. That seems like a hot take.
It does.
Brandon, if you can, give me another comment. Explain how, because Bob also agrees apparently. So how do you both think Joel would ruin the Knicks? We played 17 games since the trade, and we're 15-2. It all started with Randall just saying. I think you mean OG, but yeah. Joel is a flopping loser. He doesn't do anything in the playoffs and drops off enormously because he won't get calls he gets during the regular season in the playoffs. I think that's part of it. I do also think that but to be that great in the regular season, it just means he hasn't put it all together in the postseason. It's kind of why like the whole Randall thing. So even Joel Embiid's absolute worst postseason performances are way better than Randall's. And the thing is, if he actually had Jalen Brunson as a teammate, it takes a lot of the 4th quarter pressure away. And I think first of all, also Joel Embiid has the best coach he's ever had this year. No, Nick Nurse is a way better coach than Doc Rivers or Bruce Brown. Brett Brown. There's so many Browns. Damn, so many different names. Bruce Brown. It was Brett Brown before Doc Rivers. And then, but Nick Nurse is way better than both those guys. So, like, I'm not like this is going to be the real year that Joel Embiid, and hopefully this is the real year that Julius Randle actually move their regular season success into postseason success. I just hope if Joel Embiid does it, it's up until he plays in New York.
I can sort of understand where you're coming from, Brandon, though. Obviously, Julius Randle has been a playoff dropper, and Joel Embiid is also a playoff dropper, but when the conversion is a little bit different, and he'll still put up, I think, 20 plus. I'm not sure if he's ever averaged lower than that in the postseason, but there's definitely there's like I can see where he's coming from, honestly. And Joel Embiid is also, I mean, he's a little bit injury prone, isn't he? He's going through injury right now that's been bothering him, and he doesn't play a full season really. But yeah, Julius Randle is that guy. Ever since he's been a Knick, I mean, pretty much he has played most of the seasons, and he's super tough, always out there wanting to play, even through injury. We saw it last postseason. So I can get what you're saying a little bit.
Joel Embiid in the postseason has made the postseason every year for the past 6 seasons prior to this. He had 21 points, 20 points, 30 points, 28 points, 24 points, 24 points. Every year, so 2 of the 4 years, he actually didn't drop off that much. Granted, also the 30-point year, he got swept in the first round, so I don't know how much that's really relatable to them just letting him score, but
yeah.
I don't know. He's way better than Julius Randle. So if that was a trade, it's any Knick fan. If you ask them like with truth serum, hey, we traded Julius Randle for Joel Embiid, they would be happy. Let's go through a couple of these. Brian Sutton says Doc Rivers is overrated. Almighty Finesse says Doc Rivers and Nick Nurse is debatable. I don't think it's much of a debate. Doc Rivers has the most 3-1 blown leads in NBA history. And then Jeep comes back. Hart should start over Mitch. I feel he'll cramp their newly found successor chemistry. I think we've talked about this in the past.
Yeah, we have. I don't know if you want to speak on it a little bit more.
I was going to say, for Jeep, do you want to give your take? I've said that we should probably keep Hart in the starting lineup when Mitch gets back, if not for no other reason outside of his passing and offensive ability. Mitch probably wouldn't be coming back like ready to go.
Yeah, honestly, it could go either way for me. I don't. Obviously, I'm not going to make that decision. That's all up to Tibbs. So I don't really mind. Obviously, and Hart's been great with the starting lineup. So it could go either way. I don't mind.
What do you think you mess up saying more when you're talking about them? Do you think Hart and Hart mess you up more? Or do you think OG and OB mess you up more?
Last night I actually messed up OG and OB because I was talking about the game Thursday, how it's going to be OB's first time in the Garden, and I think I messed up that whole thing. But I don't know. I don't say OB too much anymore, so I would say the Hart thing.
Yeah, it's I was never that much of an OB fan, so I don't think I've ever called OG OB. I might call OB OG because I like OG more. Ben, my name is Joe. It doesn't
my God.
Just so you know.
This isn't a real person.
I'm sure I'll never run into you because I'm 32 and nowhere near college age. Almighty Finesse goes Mitch with the second unit. The defense is crazy. McBride, Hart, Grimes, if Grimes is still here, and Mitch. I agree.
Yeah, I think it all depends on how he's feeling and when he comes back, really. If it's 10 games before the season ends, 15, maybe he can start. And if he's ready to go in the playoffs, if he's feeling good after those 10 games, maybe he'll get the start in the playoffs.
Tibbs is the type of dude that he'll just keep whatever he's doing, you know? Like, if it's working, it's working. Like, the changes he made last year, he made the 15, 20 games in where he benched Fournier, Reddish, and Rose, and then went with more McBride, and then they made the Josh Hart trade and all that stuff. But he was like, I tried this for 20 games. It didn't work. Now I'm doing this for the rest of the year, you know? And then it's like this year, it's like, I tried starting Quinn Grimes for 20 games. It didn't work. We put in DiVincenzo for the rest of the year.
Yeah. And it shouldn't be seen as disrespectful if the time comes and where Mitch is healthy again and he's coming off the bench. I don't think it should be seen as disrespectful in a way, because same thing happened with Grimes. He was a starter, he got benched, and it's just the same situation where Hart has fit in really well and he's playing really well with that starting unit.
Michael goes, I agree with the points, but if I'm predicting, I'd say he starts Mitch as soon as he's capable. He loves Mitch. I really think Hartenstein's performance would have to drop quite a bit, or his Achilles would have to be really bothering him, no matter how much Tibbs loves Mitch, because I guarantee you Tibbs loves Hartenstein too. Bob goes, Tibbs made adjustments. He's been doing that for a while. Y'all just noticed. Bob, I've been watching Tibbs since he coached the Bulls. He changed his starting lineup in the playoffs 4 different times in 2 seasons. He makes quite a few adjustments. It's more funny to say he doesn't. It's part of the narrative. And Ben is trying, I'm not posting all of these because Ben's just talking to us personally. He's trying to get, if anyone wants to go with Ben to the Barclays Center to see Nets Pistons, I think he's going to invite you.
Oh my goodness. This is not the chat for you to be asking someone to go to a Nets game. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it might be. First of all, Nets Pistons. How much do you think, Mill? I'll look it up. But while I'm looking it up, how much do you think Nets Pistons tickets are?
The cheapest ticket?
Yeah.
Let's just say the cheapest ticket is I don't even know what.
Oh my God.
$30? $20? I don't know if NBA tickets go that cheap.
I think they do. First of all,
maybe 40 or 50. I don't know.
It's so much easier when I'm on. Here, I have to go on an app. So the average on Vivid
I know
Seats
that
when I Googled
if
it
it was
said
in Detroit, it'd be like $6. But
it,
Barclays is still in New York, and it's
it might be $12, honestly. Like,
oh my god.
I'm
If
trying
it
to.
is,
It doesn't fucking. Which one of these apps is the best to find it online? Using a browser is way more difficult, and I deleted every single ticket app on my phone to save memory because I kept editing too many effing videos. The cheapest one is $78. I really thought it was going to be like 18.
I knew it wasn't going to be that cheap, just because I still think because Barclays is in New York, it's going to be a little bit more.
I have a couple guys telling me SeatGeek, so I'm going to look it up on SeatGeek and see if it's still $72 because it said that on SeatPick. I really just want it to be like $19 just to like really prove the point. Because it's really, here we go. Let's go. Tickets as low as $14.
No way. What?
Wow.
$14?
That's awesome.
I might as well go just to have a good time, eat some food.
Yeah, you can meet Ben. I don't know if that's exciting to you or not, but you can meet Ben.
I've actually been to Barclays like quite a few times. My dad like somehow always gets tickets for there instead of the Garden, so I can't like say no when he gets tickets. So
yeah, I mean, if someone invites me, I would actually definitely go if I lived. Ben, I don't live near New York today. I live in North Haven, Connecticut. I own a house. I'm not going out of my way to go to a Nets game. I'm sorry. Keith goes Grimes. Needs to be traded. I feel he does not add much to the offense overall, and he may find another spot in another team rebuilding. I'm surprised they didn't add Ala quickly and RJ, honestly, just based on how that read. But I don't. Keith, you got here a little late. We were talking a lot how a lot of people don't want to actually make a trade right now because this team just looks so cohesive and it's just so fun to watch a winning team.
It's hard to talk about trades right now.
Like, do I want I don't want Quentin Grimes to turn into Bruce Brown. I don't want Quentin Grimes to turn into Malcolm Brogdon. I would rather just keep the team.
And Grimes is a tricky player because he's gone through really bad offensive stretches, but the thing about him is he'll pretty much always play like good defense, and that's one thing I probably really appreciate about him. Even if he can't hit a shot, he'll still play defense, and I like that.
100%. Again, anyone on Instagram, there's way less people now. We're down to 8 people on Instagram, which makes sense. Come over to YouTube. You can actually see your comments over here. Subscribe to our page, like, share, all that good stuff. And we can actually put your comments on the screen, which is probably the most exciting part. Mil, we've been on for almost an hour. I'm pretty good with ending this before Ben tries to ask one of us for our phone numbers. Any other things you want to say?
Just that we're on a great groove right now. Everyone else in the league is food besides Boston, and we're gonna keep getting wins. Okay, we're not gonna lose another game in this season, even without Julius Randle, maybe without OG for another game. I don't know. I hope he comes back soon, but still, if he's resting, I'd say rather let him rest now than later. So we'll see what happens.
Here, I want to answer a couple of these really quick. Do we know Ben in real life? We do not.
We do not. No.
We honestly don't even know if he's a real person. It might just be a troll. Ben, we're joking, maybe. Do you feel Sexton really crossed Grimes or was it a shove? He crossed him a little bit. He shoved him a tiny bit. I think it was more of a cross than a shove. He definitely twisted his ankle. Like, it seemed like he's like just rolled his foot and then his knee buckled. I'm honestly super thankful he came back in the game because we can't afford another injury.
Yeah. I was ready to call Sexton a dirty player, but looking back at it, it was just a regular crossover, and it happened that Grimes like hyperextended his leg and his knee all the way out.
100%. When he came back in the second half, I was just like, "Oh, thank God, thank God."
Call someone 30 again.
Yeah.
First it was Jaime.
Yeah. Oh my God. I don't want to just no one else can get hurt. We can't lose. We already lost 2/5 of our starters and they're still somehow on an 8-game win streak and maybe in third place at the end of the night. No one else get hurt. Let's knock on wood. Pray to whoever you believe in. Let's go Knicks. Is an elbow inflammation concerning or no? I said this before, I'll say it again. If this was the playoffs, OG would be playing right now. It's not, and I thought they thought they could take care of business, and they did.
Wait, is he on the bench? Because I felt like I didn't really see him.
No, I don't think he was there. He showed up. They literally posted on Twitter that he was walking up the tunnel. So I don't know. He probably maybe stayed in the back with a trainer.
Oh, yeah.
On this note, we're going to leave. Michael goes, Jaime is not safe to walk in public in New York City right now. OG and Randall. Jaime Jaquez Jr., stay in Miami. GTFO. And with that,
I don't know what to say.
Oh my God. Bill will be back with another post game on Thursday, hopefully. I probably won't be a part of that one, so I don't hijack this talking too much. Make sure you check out our shop now. Go to all that stuff. Buy stuff, beingakendry.com. This hat, that hoodie, 2 of the things you can get on there. Let's go Knicks. Also, make sure you follow Mill everywhere on social media. She posts a lot of good content, not just for us, but for everyone in general. And starting next live stream, I believe we can get super chats. Not telling any of you have to pay us. You can honestly ask for Venmo requests. Maybe we'll pay you. Who knows? We're paying for listeners at this point. Let's go, Knicks. Let's keep this win streak going. OG be good. Randall come back. Mitch come back. Peace.